the evolution of Cheekbone Beauty with everyone. For those of you new to our community, thank you, and we're so grateful that you're here. I'm the founder of Cheekbone Beauty, and I started this business literally from a corner in my basement with only $500. And the only way I was able to do that was because we started this business, using what is called private label, and had no idea that this wouldn't be the best way to start a company, but it actually was. So if you're an OG Cheekbone Beauty warrior, you probably remember this lip gloss that used to come in this packaging. Well, the only way that I knew that I could separate our brand from everybody else's was trying to do something different with the exterior box, and pretty much all I could afford to do back in that day. So you would order this from the supplier, and at the time, this partner literally really allowed for low minimums, is the reason we chose this one. Also, it was made in Canada, which I've learned since doesn't really make a lick of difference, but more on that in another post. But this was how we had to start. And so then I started asking questions from this partner about ingredients that I wasn't too certain about, or our community started asking questions about, like the first ingredient, which is always in lip gloss, not in our new lip gloss, but it was in this one, which is polybutane. And then of course, PEG 8, and PEGs have a notorious reputation in the beauty space as ingredients that aren't the best. I think it's because of their synthetic origin is why people do not love the ingredient. And at the same time, when something is synthetic, then it also doesn't biodegrade properly in ecosystems. And so we chose to go down a different path with the lip, with all of our products, but I wanted to share this with you and show you the evolution of the Cheekbone Beauty brand. So then we started making our own formulations with our partners and having these manufactured also here in Canada, but we created our own lip gloss formulation that was really based on all ingredients that were naturally derived and also would be biodegradable within ecosystems. And so here's where we landed. What had to happen was, one, we had to change the formulation and make a new one and test it and make sure it works. And it does. And then we also had to find a new component supplier, and our whole goal was to find products that was made either from PCR, which is post-consumer resin, or ensure that this packaging could be recycled. And that's the step we went down next for our lip gloss. And then this past year, we launched our refillable lip gloss. So you'll know these, they're on the shelves of Sephora. And yes, this is now made out of same formulation as this evolution. However, we wanted a refillable packaging. So you can literally transfer your shades, including the cap, comes off, and you can have a different, you always have to make sure, big tip here for the community, that the threading or the lines are lined up correctly, and then it snaps back on. And you can have 2 lip glosses that you take around in the same packaging. And this is where we are now. Refillable packaging and ingredients that are 99% naturally derived.